Princess stars Joey King as a strong-willed princess who refuses to wed the cruel sociopath played by Dominic Cooper. So she's kidnapped and locked in a remote tower of her father's castle. With her vindictive suitor intent on taking her father's throne, the princess must save the kingdom. This is directed by Levan Keat and it hit Hulu in early July. Now, truthfully, while I wasn't exactly gung-ho about this movie, it looked like it would be a good bit of fun, with a trailer that seemed to market the film as a violent, foul-mouthed medieval action comedy. And I'm just trying to understand where that movie was when I actually saw the final product. I honestly didn't particularly care for this one, and it's not even due to a case of false advertising or anything, but this was sorely lacking in the fun that I thought it would be. There are some fun action scenes here, occasionally. When it goes for a fight scene, it does try to at least go all out, even if it wasn't always all that successful, and Joey King was fine enough as a compelling protagonist, while Dominic Cooper was trying as best as he could and is serviceable as this sadistic villain. But that sporadic sense of fun was only few and far between. First of all, this film felt like it was tonally confused. With a princess who's trained in hand-to-hand combat and makes little quips at the people she fights, with a lot of crass, vulgar insults, you'd think this was trying to go for something in the vein of an R-rated action comedy, as was seen in the trailer, and there were times it played exactly into that. But that wasn't always the prevailing tone of the movie, and whenever we're not in these moments, the film suddenly shifts to a much more serious melodrama, and one that felt utterly devoid of any sort of personality. Suddenly, everyone's playing things extremely straight-faced, and they gasp out all their dialogue as if they're saying something so earth-shattering. But the thing is, it's not like they have anything interesting to say here. I know at this point, even the most original movies out there are going to borrow at least some elements from classic story tropes or other films, but whenever this wasn't caught up in an action scene, this really otherwise just felt like your standard medieval drama about a princess trying to rid herself of this unfit, cruel suitor. It's just this time, instead of the usual trope of a prince coming to rescue her, the princess takes care of saving herself. That's really all it felt like it did differently. And outside of that, it's not like any of the dialogue is memorable or there's anything noteworthy about any of the characters beyond the princess's fighting skills. No one has any real major arc or character development or anything along those lines. Though the thing is, this would have all been completely forgivable had the film at least had some sense of creativity in its style, and if it just went with the tone and stuck with it. Preferably, it's more over-the-top, action-heavy style. And while it's not like the action scenes come too far apart, I do have to go back and emphasize that only some felt really creative. There is a lot of hand-to-hand combat, but none of the stunts exactly felt elaborate or innovative in any way, and with the amount of frantic cuts throughout each sequence, it's clear these moments were more just cobbled together, rather than it being a case of the filmmakers doing anything visually impressive. There were a few moments that were actually entertaining, but those would be the exception and not the rule. So I have to say, I was pretty disappointed with The Princess. While it has the occasionally fun action scene, even if not always consistent, and it has some decent performances, it's a tonally confused movie that takes itself way more seriously than it should have, while also telling the most generic, bare-bones medieval drama that we've all seen before. The Princess gets a 3.5 out of 10. So let me know, did you see The Princess, or are you planning to see it, and what were your thoughts? Is this one of your favorite Joey King movies? Is it one of your favorite Hulu movies? Let me know in the comments below so we can discuss. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and share it, and for more movie reviews and film discussion, please make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated. Thanks for watching everyone, and keep having fun with film.